It's BC Pork Corp, and this is Good Morning Crypto. Let's run it. Good morning to the streets, to the charts, to the grind. I ain't sipping no latte, I'm sipping on time. Woke up with the market in a headlock grip. See the wick break out, that's my exit flip. Digital hustle, I don't sleep much. Cold wallet thick like it just did crunch. Fiat crashing, I just laugh in the mirror. Good morning truth, now the picture get clearer. Yeah, I'm up before sunrise, no snooze on my plays. Whale still dreaming, I'm setting my trays. I ain't here for likes, I ain't here for clout. I'm here for that check when the trend breaks out. I spit blocks, hash race, halving dates. Got alpha in my veins, no time for fakes. SEC lurking, but I move like a ghost. Mixing TA and game, call me the host. This my show, this my tone, this my throne. Good morning crypto, I stand alone. Good morning to the streets, to the charts, to the grind. I ain't sipping no latte, I'm sipping on time. Woke up with the market in a headlock grip. See the wick break out, that's my exit flip. Digital hustle, I don't sleep much. Cold wallet thick like it just did crunch. Fiat crashing, I just laugh in the mirror. Good morning truth, now the picture get clearer. Perpetual swinging, I'm a beast with the size. TA tight like the laces I tie. MACD crossing, I'm pressing that go. And my fib line stretching like it's crypto dope. Ain't no banker ever taught me this wealth. I learned from red days, had to fight for myself. Now I'm dropping fire before the coffee drip. Crypto cooking on its breakfast shift. Every candle's a warning, every flash a test. But I lace up my plays and I trade like the best. We're moons made for legends, not snoozers and sheep. This for the wolves who watch charts while they eat. This for the ones who said crypto's a scam. Now I'm paying my bills with a cold wallet jam. Salute to the grinder, salute to the bold. Good morning to those who ain't buying what they sold. Good morning to the streets, to the charts, to the grind. I ain't sipping no latte, I'm sipping on time. Woke up with the market in a headlock grip. See the wick break out, that's my exit flip. Digital hustle, I don't sleep much. Cold wallet thick like it just did crunch. Fiat crashing, I just laugh in the mirror. Good morning truth, now the picture get clearer. Wake up, read the charts, read the game, then run it. Good morning crypto, Pork Corp out. Wake up, read the charts, read the game, then run it. Good morning crypto, Pork Corp out.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna ride the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, fuck everybody, just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Good morning, and welcome to Good Morning Crypto, where we turn your early hours in the morning into your edge and financial freedom. Today, I've got several headlines. We're seeing some more crypto IPOs. One of those is going to be Gemini. We'll touch on that one when we get to that news article. We also got a company pulling the Michael Saylor strategy, where they're going to offer some shares of their company so that they can expand. This one's not going to be to buy Bitcoin, but they're going to be doing something else with that. We've also got the government stepping in on the DeFi sector, so we'll get to that one after we get you prepped for some success today. You know what I got pulled up in the background. It's that stock heat map, so let's dive on in, get you prepped for some success today. You can see we got a little bit of green, a little bit of red. This morning, opening up a little bit in the red. We've got Apple sitting down 0.3% off of its close yesterday. Looking to the downside this morning, 0.18%. We've got Nvidia sitting up 0.86%, continuing to see a little bit of buying pressure this morning, up 0.31. We got Berkshire Hathaway also sitting in the green from yesterday, up 0.28%, looking to the upside 0.13%. Amazon looking to the upside off of its close 0.2%. Taking back all of those gains this morning though, down 0.27. We've got Eli Lilly was sitting down off of yesterday 0.45%, looking to the upside this morning 0.25%. We've got ExxonMobil up 0.22 and looking to the downside this morning 0.11. Tesla sitting to the upside 1.39%, seeing some light sell pressure this morning, down 0.07. PNG looking to the upside 0.88% off of its close and sitting in the green this morning 0.24%. We've got Microsoft sitting to the downside off of its close, down 0.59, was sitting in the red this morning, has made a brief little appearance into the green, up 0.03%. We've got Google sitting down 0.3% and continuing to see a little bit of sell off, down 0.17. And to wrap it on out, we got Meta sitting down 2.27% and continuing to see a little bit of some sell off this morning, down 0.15. K Diggity asking, is it NVIDIA or NVIDIA? Well, it's NVIDIA, but with where I'm from in the United States, it always comes out more like NVIDIA because I just throw a little accent on there. I really emphasize the N, and it comes out as NVIDIA, but it is NVIDIA. But yeah, we are seeing a little bit of a mixed bag on the crypto side of things as well. We've got some green, we've got some red. Scrolling on down, you can see Bitcoin is barely maintaining some of that buying pressure, sitting up 0.02%. Ethereum down 0.9. We've got XRP up 1.3. BNB up 0.9. We've got Solana sitting down 0.3%. Cardano taking some spots in that market cap, sitting at number 8 and up 0.08%. Tron taking a spot in the market cap as well. Both of those took it from Dogecoin, sitting up 1%, while Dogecoin is down 2% right now. We've got Chainlink down 4.4. We've got Hyperliquid down 2.3. Stellar Lumens holding quite steady as 0% change on the daily, seeing a little bit of green on the hourly there. SWI sitting down 0.2%. We've got Bitcoin Cash holding at that 0% change on the daily as well, sitting at 0.1% on the hourly. HBAR down 0.4%. Avalanche sitting down 2.8%. We've got Litecoin sitting down 1.1%, and Leo token making a little bit of some upside movements, up 0.03. Hopping over to those fear and greeds, we are sitting at some light greed on the stock market. Crypto side of things, barely holding on to the greed after we saw a little bit of some sell-off yesterday, making that brief appearance on the bottom side of our greed meter. Could very, very easily see that hit that neutral range if we make some more downside moves. We'll kind of have to see if we hit that point here, because we do have a little bit of liquidity to the bottom side that we could very easily go grab and then continue to make our way towards the upside. That liquidity coming in on the bottom side, $114,000, all the way down to $113,800. So a nice little range on the bottom side. Definitely a little bit of an area of some support that we could hold up there as well. We'll get to that in just a second. 3-day, looking for any explosive moves, might take us to the upside. Would like to clear out the liquidity that's very close to us. It's about $50 million down there, ranging in that 13,800 range all the way up to 114. That top side liquidity coming in at 118,600. We've got that ranging all the way up to 119,200 there. Zooming on out a little bit further here, taking a look at that 1 week. Got quite a bit of liquidity that was sitting to the top side, looking a little bit lighter up here. That $50 million sitting up at 119,400. That's that area to kind of watch for. It's not overly heavy just yet, but if we continue to move a little bit sideways in some of this range, you could definitely see it heat up just a little bit more. Taking a look at that 2 week there, still got a little bit of some liquidity to the top side. If this thing would load, that's sitting all the way back up here at that all-time high. It's not an extremely hot spot just yet. We did grab quite a bit of liquidity that was underneath us, created that fair value gap that we'll be taking a look at in just a second. Now we're looking to see if we can at least get back into that range. We'll hop over to that Bitcoin chart here and then say good morning to some of the people in the chat. We did have some data coming out this morning as well. Going to be some building permits this morning, 8:30 Eastern time. Housing starts month over month and year over year. We also get some inflation data out of Canada. Not a massive market mover, but something to keep your eye on. Scrolling on down, we do have the balance of trade coming out of Japan as well. That'll be something I will definitely be keeping my eye on as well. Let's see who we got in here. We got Jesse Gluck first in the chat saying good morning. Make sure to hit that like button on the way in. I appreciate that, Jesse. Glad to see you here this morning. He said he got 8 hours of sleep, so he's nice and rested and ready to seize the day. We got K Diggity in here. Said this is gonna line up pretty well. He had his coffee going. He was making that coffee right before that show started, so hopefully that lined up quite nicely for you. We do have a little poll in the chat as long or short, looking like 62% long. We will take a stab at a trade together, so throw me out a few altcoins, or we can just take that trade on Bitcoin. I would prefer Bitcoin, but find something in that top 20 that's looking pretty nice and we can take a look at it and potentially take that trade together. We've got Kyle Fields in here. Good morning, good morning. Duality C as well. Good morning to you. Dylan VA in the chat. Good morning, good morning. Let's see who else we got. We got J Thumb asking about that music. I do release my music on my YouTube channel, so if you click on my name in the chat, it should take you to my channel. I'll be dropping some more music on there this weekend. We got Darren Does Things in here. Good morning to you, sir. Hope you're having a great day. Everyone kind of agreeing that NVIDIA comes off the tongue a little bit better than NVIDIA. So yeah, there we go. Let's see who else we got in here. That looks like it for now. BC Bitcoin helps us practice some responsibility. It most definitely does. I like trading Bitcoin. If you want those big gains, you can get it off of Bitcoin. You just gotta up your leverage a little bit, or go with the coin that you can definitely enter and exit on, because somebody's gonna want that Bitcoin contract. It gets a little bit harder to have your contract bought the further and further you delve into that alt space. So let's dive into this Bitcoin chart real quick, and then we'll see if we want to take a trade on Bitcoin or maybe an altcoin. Y'all let me know any alts you would like me to take a look at for a potential trade here. We've got this daily moving a little bit sideways here on our oscillators. We've got that MACD sitting to the bottom side of our indicator line, waiting to see a little bit of sideways momentum coming in here, just like that prime oscillator has started to get. We will kind of have to keep our eye on that short-term time frame money flow, because that money flow making a brief appearance into the red here on the daily. We are sitting inside of a fair value gap, and we've got another fair value gap directly above us as well. I'm waiting to see if we can get back up to that top side there. That's coming in at that 115,800. That was an area where we had a little bit of liquidity as well, so definitely an area of some interest. I would potentially look for a little bit of some rejection at that point. as we try to find a little more strength. Let's zoom that on into the 4 hour so you can see where that fair value gap is pulled from. It is pulled from this giant red 4 hour candle here. It is coming in as a little bit of some resistance. We made our way to that halfway point. That's where I took a short from yesterday. Played out quite nicely. I did get out before I did my live stream last night, so a nice little play to the downside. And we're looking to see if we can get back to that fair value gap now. 4 hour does look like you could potentially see some upside movements here if you can start to really solidify some of that curvature we're seeing on the indicators with that nice strong buying pressure that really pushes us back into this 4 hour fair value gap. But that coming in at that 115,800, would really like to see that turned into some support before we can continue back towards the upside, make our way back to that point of control at 118,200. This is a little bit of a resistance area for now. This lower low is not quite so drastic as this next lower low we had seen, so waiting to see if we can potentially see that flip of trend here, maybe make a higher high up here at the top side of this fair value gap, coming in at 117,500 there. Let's zoom it on in, take a look at this 1 hour money flow, looking pretty nice here on that 4 hour, still maintaining some of that green buying pressure. We do have on this hourly a nice bullish divergence stacked up here on that prime oscillator, as we're waiting to see if we can get that money flow to start coming back in instead of being that selling pressure. We do have that resistance directly above us that I would like to see us get above and then continue towards the upside there. That next little resistance area coming in at 116,600. That's the midline of that big 4 hour fair value gap here. We do have a little bit of a peak seeker, which is coming in on the bottom side, so this might be a little bit of a bottoming here, kind of a nice little sweep of liquidity, and then waiting to see if we can get that move back into our fair value gap and make our way back to that point of control. Hourly MACD looking quite nice for a pump towards the upside as well, if we can get that switch of money flow as we're getting that curvature back towards the upside on that MACD line. Really waiting to see if we can get that cross above our indicator with some strength and some nice strong money flow. 15-minute moving a little bit underneath our resistance here, looking a little bit toppy for now, so to see a little bit of some pullback, make another higher low here coming in at about 115,000 would be something to kind of keep your eye on. Would really get that cool off on the 15-minute and continue some of that sideways momentum we were looking at on that hourly oscillator to really allow some of that money flow to come in with some strength. I see Jay Violet in here. Good evening to you, madam. Hope you've had a great day. We'll see if we can find a trade to take together. I'm not seeing any alts for me to take a look at for a potential trade, so might have to trade some Bitcoin and then see if we can get that continue to move towards the upside there. Looking like 73% long on that vote, so might have to take that long together, target that top side here on our fair value gap. 15-minute and the more. Oh, Jesse saying mantle, and we can definitely take a look at mantle then. Mantle, we'll take a quick look at it. That is crypto, not there we go. It is down here. We got mantle, potential long as well. I don't think I've ever done TA on this, so we will zoom this on out to the daily real quick, see what we're looking at. Nice little break above the highs from back. Oh, equal highs there, so could very easily sweep that. Waiting to see, we've got that strong resistance at $1.50, so that could be a nice little area to target there, coming in at $1.5068. So nice little target. We will kind of have to see on a fib extension here. Let me get that drop down to the 4 hour, looking a little bit toppy on the daily, but we'll kind of have to see how that 4 hour is looking, see if we can get that fib extension drawn out. Might have to take a short on that one instead. We've got our lows to our high here to our low. Looking like that one line is coming in as our resistance. Saw some very strong support off of that golden pocket there. Waiting to see if we can get a little bit of continuation. 4 hour does look like it could continue to the upside. If you continue to see some money flow coming on in, would target that $1.50 point. That is that all-time high there. Let's see what that hourly is looking like. Hourly also looking like it's a little bit toppy, so would probably want to enter a little bit lower. $1.32 looking like a nice target entry on that. Let me get a horizontal ray drawn on a shorter term time frame. That'd be a nice little area to kind of come down to and hold. Would cool off that hourly. We'll see what that shorter term time frame is looking like. We've got 15 minutes also looking a little bit toppy, so could potentially put in a limit order for that 133 and see if we can get our way back up to that all-time high there. That'd be one move to kind of make. Let's see, we got XLM requested as well, so let's take a quick look at XLM. I will close out that poll, looking like 73% long here. Let's see, start a new poll. We got BTC, XLM, or Mantle. So we'll put that one there as well. Y'all choose what we take this trade on here. All right, drop that poll in the chat for you. We got XLM back to our fair value gap we had targeted last time. Let me get this zoomed on out to that higher term time frame. Take a look at this daily, see what we're looking at. Daily does look a little bit bearish here. We can kind of see a little bit of some continuation towards the bottom side. Would look at that 39-cent price point where we see our strong resistance before we got that continuation back towards the upside. Looking to potentially hold the fair value gap right now as we got that nice strong bounce off of the bottom side. We're seeing this MACD and prime oscillator with a little bit of some sideways momentum. Let's zoom it on in, take a little look at that 4 hour. 4 hour could see some pump just like Bitcoin, as you've got that MACD and prime oscillator set with a little bit of sideways momentum. Would just need that money flow to come back in here. Taking a look at that 1 hour, not the 2 hour. We got that 1 hour very, very primed for a move towards the upside. If you can get back above the top side of this fair value gap, 41 cents being that point, would really like to see that hold as some support. MACD getting that curvature, prime oscillator also getting that curvature with a bullish divergence. Really waiting to see if we can get that money flow there. Taking a look at that 15 minute also looking a little bit toppy like Bitcoin is. Looking like we're holding the top side of this sideways momentum as some support there. It's going to be that 40-cent price point. We're looking to get a little bit of some bouncing action off of that. Could potentially make another higher low here as well. So could enter on that one. Just have a little bit of some lower leverage. Kind of wait for that drawdown. Get some bouncing action at that 40.5 cent. That's the midline of this fair value gap, and then see that continuation towards the upside. So a few little moves to make there. There was Bitcoin targeting back up to that big 4 hour fair value gap. We have Mantle. I would prefer to take the limit order with how overheated it is. Wait for a little cool down on that. Or we have XLM. So let's see. We got 38% voting for BTC and 38% voting for XLM. So we'll see if we can get a little bit of a swing there. Do we want XLM or BTC? Let's end that one because Mantle's getting beat out. Let's see, we got XLM, or BTC? What are we going to take a trade on today? And then while y'all vote on that, we will get to the news for today. We did have a few news articles to hop into. Let me get that pulled on up here. We have stablecoin payments projected to hit that $1 trillion payments by 2030 with DeFi on overdrive. Always hopping up with those let's scroll it on it. Let's zoom it on in so you can read along. Stablecoins set to move to $1 trillion annually by 2030. Legacy rails can't compete. Crypto liquidity provider KeyRock released a detailed report this week in collaboration with Latin America crypto platform Bitso, projected that stablecoins are set to dramatically reshape global financial infrastructure. Tilted stablecoin payments, the trillion-dollar opportunity, the study presents a comprehensive case for stablecoins becoming dominant payment rails across business and consumer use cases, the report states. Stablecoins are becoming a $1 trillion payment rail. We estimate by 2030, annual stablecoin payments volumes across key verticals will be above $1 trillion. Let me get that annoying thing out of the way. It was really distracting. While they account for less than 3% of the 195 trillion cross-border markets in 2024, the report forecasts stablecoins could support 12% of all cross-border flows, about one in every $8 moved globally. The report highlighted significant gains in capital efficiency through decentralized finance infrastructure. It noted DeFi is the new balance sheet. DeFi credit protocols are turning into working capital engines. Mansa reported an average monthly capital turnover of 11x compared to just 1 to 2x annualized capital turnover for traditional fintechs like Wise. That level of turnover far exceeds the legacy pre-funding model where firms lock capital in local accounts across jurisdictions. We'll kind of keep our eyes on this going forward, especially as we're seeing a very, very big push in the stablecoins markets. Tied to that, the U.S. Treasury weighs digital ID verification and DeFi to tackle illicit finance. The U.S. Department of Treasury is seeking public feedback on how digital identity tools and other emerging technologies could be used to fight illicit finance in crypto markets, with one option being embedding identity checks into decentralized finance smart contracts. The consultation published this week stems from the newly enacted Guiding and Establishing National Innovations for U.S. Stablecoins Act, or the Genius Act, signed into law on July. The act, which sets out a regulatory framework for payment stablecoin issuers, directs the Treasury to explore new and compliance technologies, including application programming interfaces, artificial intelligence, and digital identity verification and blockchain monitoring. We will kind of have to watch our eyes on this going forward because they're really trying to branch out that KYC to even more aspects of crypto. Kind of lets them continue to get their taxes and keep out the dubious entities that they don't want in crypto, which is all bullcrap on that. It is kind of that antithesis of the crypto message, in my opinion. But, that government can't help but to put regulations on things. We'll kind of have to see if that action goes forward and they're really able to get that into the DeFi space, considering a lot of DeFi is on these non-centralized exchanges. So I will be keeping my eye on that. Might see some further legislation going into the crypto space in that DeFi sector. TeraWulf announces proposed private offering of $400 million of convertible notes. TeraWulf, a zero-carbon digital infrastructure company, has announced plans to offer $400 million in convertible senior notes due in 2031 through a private offering to qualified institutional buyers. The company will also grant initial purchasers an option for an additional $60 million in notes. So, looking like TeraWulf is trying to expand their company just a little bit. This is not going to be going into the crypto sector. This will be in their actual business of providing data centers. So they have a dual company mandate, which is one going to be in the mining sector, the other one being in operating data centers. So this one's going to be going towards that data center. We'll kind of have to keep our eyes on that. They've been making big moves in the crypto space as well. We've got crypto exchange Gemini filing for a US IPO. If you've heard of Gemini or you've been in the crypto space a while, put that one and you've heard of the Winklevosses, you know about Gemini, put that one in the chat. If you followed Meta history, this is the twins that Zuckerberg stole the idea from. So they ended up taking their settlement from Zuckerberg and opening the Gemini exchange and looking to IPO on that this year. They're still sitting in losses, so nothing too crazy on that. A lot of these crypto exchanges actually operate at a loss, and they're just kind of waiting on more adoption in that crypto space. They are sitting at a little bit of a loss this year as well, but their total trading volume has jumped 50% year over year, and their assets on platform have increased by 30% year over year. So sitting at a nice little money-making opportunity for an IPO on them. So definitely looking to see if we could potentially play our IPO game, ride Gemini to the tops, take a little profit, and then roll it back in. I did see this one as well. HR giant Workday says hackers stole personal data in a recent breach. If you've been paying attention at the Piper Academy, we do have Optory as one of our affiliates. That link is in the description. You're seeing these hacks run rampant. They sell your personal data online, and then people start blowing up your phones with fake texts, or they blow up your emails with fake scammy emails. You click a link and then you kind of screw yourself. It looks very official. It's actually not. Optory will help you with that. They'll delete some of that data. So just the latest in a company that has been mismanaging personal data. We'll kind of have to see how that one goes forward. I do expect a little bit of a payment coming from them. Microsoft just forked out a bunch of money on that whole data breach. Let's see. We got XLM being that trade to take. Let me get over to XLM. BC, did you scope bullish that I posted in the TradFi chat within the past week? Another one like Circle to keep an eye on. I definitely did. I watched them do some explosive moves towards the upside there. They are seeing a little bit of some pullback, not too unexpected as crypto in general has done some pullbacks, but I will do a breakdown of that on my show tomorrow. So let's get a deeper dive into that bullish, and we will take that look at it. We do have a nice little solid entry point right here for XLM. Let's get this zoomed on in. Take a look at that short-term time frame, moving a little bit sideways here. So a potential nice entry point would at least want to hold that 50% of our fair value gap coming in at 46.43, and then make our way back up to the highs from back here. We did have that fair value gap there as well. Let's get that zoomed on out. Take a look at a 4-hour there. Ooh, little bit of a fair value gap right there. So Let's get that one drawn out, see what that target might be. Wrong one there. Let's get that as the rectangle. So a nice little target coming in at that midpoint. So that'd be the area I would want to target if we were going to take a long here. Let's get that colored purple. There we go. Nice upside target coming in at pretty much 42 cents. So we will take a look on that exchange, see what XLM would like to see us get that curvature, hold the top side there. So if we make that move back, really hold that top side of our fair value gap, I will move that stop loss up a little bit towards our entry point, and then we will see if we can get that top side target coming in at 42 cents. So let's get BTCC pulled up. That is that new exchange. Link should be in the description. Might need to update that, but BTCC, that is that new crypto exchange that we've been using here. They got some TradFi options as well. So let's get XLM pulled up here. Nope. XLM. There we go. XLM. Was that on the futures? Oh, might need to get over to futures. There we go. And XLM. There we go. We'll take a stab here. Let's get this. Oh, not 20x. That's a little bit higher than I would like to go on XLM. Let's get this down to 5x there. There we go. Using 20. Oh, quantity of XLM. No. Place order in USDT. There we go. Looking at $20. I don't know why it's not working there. The minimum order size is 408. Looking like it's coming in a little bit under that. It's not. That's so weird. 408 USDT. Well, putting it. That's weird. Is this not perpetuals? Let's see. Futures, perpetuals, XLM. Is that not minimum order size? 408? How is that not? I don't know what's going on with this. Oh, I guess this is not the futures. I don't see. Got it. XLM. Do they have the futures on this one? Let's see. Market, quantity, and XLM. Oh, this one's working. So we'll go it on this one. Looking at 5x. There we go. And 10% there. And then we will have our stop loss coming in at the 50% line. That was 46.35. So let's get back over there. Ooh, before I push buttons there, 46.35. All right, and open long. Wait, 42 cents for the top side. There we go. Open long. One XL. That doesn't make sense. It's not letting me do it on that either. This thing won't let me. Might have to transfer it. Let's see. I don't know why it's not. Was it in spot still? Futures? Nope. That's so weird. We'll take the trade after the show. All right. So, if you got any alt requests for me to take a look at, we can definitely take a look at those. Let's get take a look at ADA there, see what we're looking at. We've got some strong resistance above us at that dollar price point. We got a little bit above it, drop back down below our 382, and then we're waiting to see if we can get back above the 382 here. We've got a nice little curvature here on the MACD and the prime oscillator. After a few days, I had to invite only indicator added to my account from some random account, and then the script had downloads front and center that it wanted me to download. Of course I didn't. What is that one on? These YouTube videos going around trying to get people to add some indicator. Oh, are you talking about the trading view indicator thing? Yeah, don't do that. So if they want you to add some indicator to stuff like that, it is most likely a scam. So save yourself, save your money. We got Steve Hickey in here. Good morning to you, and Donato Cabrera as well. Zora and SEI. We can definitely take a look at both of those. The Nigerian prince is never going to make it to his goal if you don't download, says Buck. Oh my goodness. Well, you know, I like my money in my hands and not in the Nigerian prince's hands. So I will keep that and not download that indicator there. You've got your hourly kind of set for some upside movements here as well. Looking like that, getting that curvature here on the MACD and the prime oscillator. Would need to get above the 382 here. That's 94.2 on that. Waiting to see if we can get back up to 97 cents. That next upside target really coming in at that psychological dollar there. That's where you see that nice strong rejection off of this candle wick. Waiting to see if that 15-minute and the morning comes with a little bit of some cool off though. You are sitting in the red here on the prime oscillator, getting that curvature back towards the upside. So I would wait to see for some resistance coming in at 94.241 and then making another higher low and continuing on up to that 97 cent point. We had SEI requested. Let's take a look at that one. I know it's here on my list. Let's scroll it on down. Was it in my extras? We'll just do it this way. SEI. All right, we got SEI trying to maintain this platinum pocket here. Let's get this zoomed on out. Take a look at that high term time frame. This has been a little while since I've taken a look at SEI. Did get that nice strong bounce, secondary higher low here off of that area we were looking to hold. We did get at a higher low here on the macro, so making some nice upside movements while Bitcoin's moving a little bit to the downside, making those higher highs as well. This is a potential for some switching here as you make that lower high, but you're still making these higher lows, so really waiting to see if we can maintain that platinum pocket. Daily is looking a little bit toppy, getting that curvature back down, so we'll have to watch that shorter term time frame. Money flow would not want to break below this one right here. So let's see, that's coming in at 25.6. Let's see what we're looking at here on the hourly. Hourly does look nice for some continuation towards the upside on SEI as well. Not too unexpected. Market's kind of looking that way. We just need that money flow there. So holding this platinum pocket would be that thing to watch for. We've got 31, almost 32 cents there coming in. It is what we're sitting at right now, waiting to see if we can get above 33.5 and then make our way back towards the upside. Next real upside target coming in at about 35.483. So that's that next real area of short-term resistance to get above here. That's going to be these highs from here, 35.256. We'll kind of see if we can get above that, hold that as some support, and make our way back up to 41 cents for SEI. Let's zoom this on in, see what the morning is bringing our way here. Looking a little bit toppy here on that as well, but getting that nice strong bounce off of our platinum pocket. Really zoom it in there so you can see nice strong bounce off of the platinum pocket there, trying to hold that as some support. That's where that 33.5 cent target would come into play. Prime oscillator still sitting in the green, has a reversal signal that has flashed, but would really like to see that continue towards the upside as that volume is starting to increase. Just waiting to see if it continues to increase with some green money flow there. We got Givers Gain in the chat. Good morning to you, Billy. Hope you're having a great day. Let's take a quick look at Pepe, and then we'll ride to showdown. I will get that trade entered after that show. I don't know why that exchange was giving me a little bit of some difficulties there. I think my money was just in the wrong account, so that's why I couldn't trade on those futures. We'll get it moved over to the futures account and enter that trade there. We got Pepe looking a little bit bottomy here on the 4 hour. Let's see what the daily is looking like. Daily does look like you could continue to see some downside if that money flow comes in on the red on that shorter term time frame. You do have some nice constricting of price here. Let's get those trend lines drawn up. We got that nice constricting price. We'll go from top side wicks. Nice little constriction on the bottom side as well. Let's get that drawn out a little bit better for you. Coming in off of those wicks. We got that nice there as well. And boom. All right. Holding with a little bit of some constriction, sitting at the bottom side right now. Could potentially see that bounce off of our trend line, really get that move back above the platinum pocket there. If we see that nice strong money flow coming in here, we are looking to push back up towards that platinum pocket right now. We are seeing lower highs and lower lows here on the hourly, but to really get that switch here with this nice little grab of liquidity and move back up towards the platinum pocket. Hourly does look like you could see that continuation back towards the upside as well. Seeing that MACD getting a curvature. Zooming on in, MACD getting a curvature, breaking that indicator line. Got a bullish divergence and curvature back towards the upside on the prime oscillator. Seeing what that 15-minute in the morning are bringing our way. Looking a little bit toppy here. Would like to get above the highs of this sideways range. Let's get that short-term time frame line drawn out for you. Coming in at a bunch of zeros, 10841. So that'll be that area to get above and hold, so we can really make our way back up towards the platinum pocket. Top side targets coming in at our sideways range here, above the platinum pocket. A bunch of zeros, 11371. All right, let's head on over to that morning motivational. Oop, wrong button there. Wrong button again. All right, let's head on over to that morning motivational video. I appreciate every single one for showing on up and tuning on in. I know took a little bit of some time off, but we are back and ready to get it going. Tony, Tex-Mex Biomex in the chat. Good morning to you. We'll see y'all at that morning motivational video. You'll be redirected directly over to it if you're over here on YouTube. If you're on X, stream's just gonna end. So look for Givers Gain 111 on YouTube, and you can get that morning motivational video as well. Make sure to tune into the rest of the shows on the Piper Academy. We got that morning market report at 10 a.m. and trading with OC at 8 p.m. Everyone, make sure to wake up, because today's going to be a good day.